Tail or tape here at Roots 28. Boubis, 22, 3 years, the senior of Scerni at 19. The weights are even, the records. 11 fights, 7 wins for Boubis. Scerni, 5 fights, 3 wins in his pro career so far, Matty.
Yeah, Louie Boubis, very familiar with this young man, an exceptional talent out of O'Neill's gym. He's fought actively both here in Victoria and abroad. He's fought in the big stadium, Rajadamnern in Thailand. And there's a real, we're starting to push towards potential rebellion slot down the track.
Absolutely. Boubis and Scerni. Scerni in the white trunks, Boubis in the black trunks. This one 3 by 3 minute rounds at 63 kilos.
Well, Boubis with the double, more than double the fights of Scerni, so good step up for the boy from Perth. He'll get in and have a crack, but will experience play a big factor here. It's going to be the question. Boubis, I always like to watch him. He's an exciting prospect, entertaining fighter, cracking low kick from Boubis. He's got the black shorts, out of the red.
Yeah, I think I may have even seen Boubis debut on a Warriors Way card way back in the day, and some big things in 2025 in store for Warriors Way too, Hammer.
Yeah, we're back April 5th. Alexia Petrolius has gone from being a fighter on the show to running the show now with me, so it's good to see him transition, and still fighting obviously out of 8 blades, but now putting on the promoter's hat and taking up some of the stress. He's got plenty of hair, so I'd like to see him lose it like me. Just promoter's stress.
So he better turn up to weigh-ins on time, or he might be dishing out some stitches. Alexi, as Boubis tries to do the same here, and Scerni just slips out the way of that right hand and lets one of his own fly. He's great on the second rhythm, is Louie Boubis, an excellent counter fighter.
You can see him fainting. The level, you see the level now really stepping up on the card. These guys showing great experience, great skills, and a big shout out to everyone tuning in from WA on Live Combat Sports. A big, strong Muay Thai community in Perth and WA. Real powerhouse, as you said, Matty. Riddler's gym, a mainstay, and a lot of great gyms over there producing world-class fighters.
Scerni, when he's landed that left kick, sorry Hammer, when he's landed that left kick, it's landed with a fair amount of velocity, and it's probably stands out as one of the biggest scoring moments so far of this fight. You see the right rib cage there of Louie Boubis is welted up as Scerni tries to go high with the left kick.
Yeah, it's got fast reaction time, Boubis, and he'll look to catch the kick and go for that sweep given the opportunity. But Scerni's playing a clever game of going up to the head. Harder to catch, obviously, a kick going up that high. So, you know what? Whenever a fighter shows good proficiency in catching, you either start hacking low at the leg or going up to the head. So you don't want to feed them, a sweep. So, good game of physical chess happening here.
Yeah, good close first round with some big moments that punctuated the action. Some big left kicks from Louie Boubis and the right hand from Scerni near the end of that round. Stands out to me. Two very well drilled and relaxed fighters. As we get to the top end of this card, we'll see more of that to come. Louie Boubis fighting on the back foot, trying to counter the initial actions of Scerni. We saw him slip there, try and return with the right hand of his own. And yet another rule that they've changed recently in Victoria is you're now allowed two trainers in the ring in between rounds, which is not something we're familiar with down here. So you can see 2 trainers jumping over the ropes, as long as they're licensed, of course. Hammer, I'm sure the Combat Sports Board have gone and checked all of these guys' licenses. An extra set of hands to ice and Vaseline and stretch, and the game evolving down here in Victoria. Rule changes.
More checks and balances than the tax department trying to get your license these days. Back to the action in centre ring. Now, the interesting point is we saw the scoring in the last fight. There was a bit of a spread there between the judges. So, it's going to be interesting to see how that progresses through the evening, especially those closely contested battles. There's a bit of conjecture with that last female fight. And this one, it's, you know, proven to be an interesting match as well, with the scoring of both men coming from different areas and different capabilities. So how will they score it? Boubis gets the kick caught, nice. To Scerni. He's looking comfortable too, and he knows, you know, he's the out-of-towner, so he really needs to make the statement to have it leaning his way as well.
Well, he's doing everything within his power to make that statement and potentially take the decision out of the judge's hands and put it in his own, because he's punching hard and true in the second round. Louie Boubis still sitting on the back foot, trying to score with the kicks, and Tyler call it the second rhythm. But how's that from Louie Boubis? Steps up, sends that knee spearing into the rib cage of Scerni, the Western Australian. Good left kick there from Scerni. He's been accurate with that tonight. Trying to cut the ring off now, and angles out of the way of an advancing Louie Boubis.
I think Boubis is at his best when he's attacking. He's sort of playing the counter-fighting game here. And I think he's trying to work out the puzzle that is Luke Scerni. Scerni's he's strong, and he's walking up, and he's showing no respect to Boubis and the record that he's got. So he's here to make a statement, the boy from Perth. Boubis is, I think, trying to not make any mistakes, but that's also not giving his usual flow. Usually he's an attacking fighter that, you know, is quite entertaining, but he seems to be thinking it a bit much against Scerni.
Yeah, and only 3 rounds to work out a puzzle. Like, you don't have too much time to fluff around, or the fight will pass you by. There's nothing worse, I can testify to this, to sitting out in the changing rooms going, I coulda, shoulda, woulda, didn't, and you never really pulled the trigger. That's one that really kind of burns on the ride home.
Yeah. Right hand, left body kick. As I said, Boubis, he's looking the best when he's attacking, but he's sort of counter-fighting a bit at the moment.
That was good work there from Boubis. He scored with the right kick and then swayed back momentarily to land the left. Both guys really evenly matched here for skill. Boubis, of course, the more experienced, but Scerni's looking every part that of a fighter with many more fights than the 5 that he's actually had, Stephen.
Yeah, looking very composed and beyond his years at this stage of his career. 2 rounds in the books as we take a look at some of the replay.
Yeah, this is one of those rounds, gentlemen, in the mid-round, and it's really it just was an arm wrestle, just went backwards and forwards, and that's going to be, if I'm in the corner, I'm worrying about it. You know, I'm saying to my fighter in the third, just go out and throw everything and anything at him now, because this one could easily go against you if you don't make a real showing in the third round.
Yeah, look, arm wrestling would probably be easier to score than this right here, and you made point of the last fight, Hammer going split decision. Well, I think we have 4 or 5 tonight. 2 judges seem to be seeing it exactly the same, and 1 judge is just slightly off left of centre and interpreting the things that they prefer. So in a close fight like this, absolutely, it's time to put pedal to the metal and try and put a cherry on the top of their performance.
It's a final round of 3 by 3-minute rounds. Scerni in the white trunks, Boubis in the black. They get going again here in the center of the ring as Scerni answers that kick with a 1-2.
Heavy hands, Scerni. He's got strong punching, and he's an aggressive fighter. You can see no respect, and he's just happy to get in and mix it up.
And a little bit of a smile as he chases down Louie Boubis, the center of the ring.
Looked like Louie Boubis had just nicked his PlayStation and some of Grandma's jewelry as he chased him across the ring there. Scoring well with the right kick is Scerni. Oh, good left connection. Hammer, that one will really stand out above the others.
You know, I'm watching this fight and I'm thinking, you know, Boubis got to really start to push now. He's hesitated a little more than what I'm used to seeing from him when he fights. He's usually a good free-flowing fighter. But I'm thinking there's some danger in the hands there of Scerni, and Boubis is, he doesn't want to get caught with something, but at the same time he's still got to have that output. He's still got to put the scoring on. Again, Scerni catching the kick and sort of negating those attacks from Boubis, especially when they're 1 outs as well.
There was a good kick from Boubis that scored across the back of Scerni. You never put your shin across the back of an opponent. You're going to put yourself in good stead with the judges. Scerni continues to press forward now. A minute and a half left in the third round, in which has been a close fight, hanging in the balance.
Nice check as well. So he's got great offense and defense, the Perth fighter, Scerni. Boubis, as you said, he's put that shin to body nicely. You can see the welts on the left-hand side of Scerni, showing the power that Boubis has with that right leg like that. But it's got to be volume. And we've got 1 minute to go in this third and final round, and it's there for the taking.
Yeah, absolutely. Good connection there with the punches from Scerni. One slightly below the border from Boubis, stops the action for a second, but it resumes now. 40 seconds left to go. Advancing is Scerni, on the back foot is Boubis. Left high kick misses. Bit of a Mexican standoff at high noon at the moment. Yeah, who's gonna...
In a fight this close, you just got to go. Just throw caution to the wind and give it a crack. That sometimes is all you need to get the pinched around, get it over the line. 1 for 1. Good even matchup, but almost 2 even. They've been backwards and forwards the whole time. Body, the punch. Wow, Matty. Wow, that's all I'm saying about that.
Mate, I'm going to stay firmly up on top of this fence, actually, Hammer.
That's very uncomfortable, isn't it?
Yeah, it's uncomfortable up on this fence. If anything would be better than this chair that we're sitting in, I'll tell you what. But, yeah, an entertaining fight when the two came together and scored. Boubis feels like he's done enough. He's celebrating, running around the ring.
And you could almost go a draw. I don't know what the odds are on that. You could almost, for me, I'd say it was backward and forward. They both had their moments.
Ladies and gentlemen, a well-contested bout, but the winner by unanimous decision, fighting out of the red corner, Louie Boubis.
Louie Boubis gets his 8th professional win here at Roots 28 over a tough opponent in Scerni. Congratulations to him, and great fight from both gents, and we will see more.